The prince is giving a ball.
The prince is giving a ball. The prince is giving a ball.
His Royal Highness Christopher Rupert, Windermere, Vladimir, Carl Alexander, Francois Reginald, Lancelot, Herman Gregory James is giving a ball.
The prince is giving a ball. The prince is giving a ball.
Our daughter's looking dreamy-eyed.
The prince is giving a ball.
They say he wants to find a bride. He may find one at the ball.
If only he'll propose to me.
I pray that he'll propose to me.
Why shouldn't he propose to me? I wish I hadn't married Joe. Put on your fancy dress and ball. I'll wear a gown of satin jade.
And me, I'm in a pink brocade.
And me, I'm in the second grade.
The prince is giving a ball. The prince is giving a ball.
His Royal Highness Christopher Rupert, son of Her Majesty Queen Constantina, Charlotte Ermintrude, Guinevere, Maisie, Margaret Anne is giving a ball.
The prince is giving a ball. The prince is giving a ball.
I wish I liked to dress real neat.
I wish I were demure and sweet.
I wish I were a younger girl.
I wish I were an older girl.
The prince is giving a ball. The prince is giving a ball.
His Royal Highness Christopher Rupert, Windermere, Vladimir, son of the king, King Maximilian, Godfrey, Sidney, Frederick, John is giving a ball.
The prince is giving a ball. The prince is giving a ball. The prince is giving a ball.
Cinderella, come along home now. You're cluttering up the streets. Cinderella, the door.
Cinderella, close the windows.
Cinderella, my chair. Cinderella, close the window.
Cinderella, my chair.
Cinderella, close the window.
Cinderella, my chair.
Cinderella, make some tea, honey.
Cinderella, iron my dress, my new dress.
Cinderella, lay out my new gown for this evening.
Cinderella, wash my gloves for tomorrow.
Cinderella, it's freezing in here! Cinderella, poke the fire.
Close the window, Cinderella.
Really, Cinderella?
Cinderella, really.
It's freezing.
Close the window.
Close the window.
Close the window, Cinderella. Now, my daughters, I want to talk to you. Well, not you. I want to talk to my own daughters. That girl always wants to sit down. No wonder she never gets anything done.
Now, Joy
Yes, ma'am.
and Portia.
Yes, ma'am.
As you well know, my little Muppets, this may be the most important day of your lives. The prince has returned from his studies abroad, and this ball that's being given in his honor is for one purpose only.
They want him to choose a bride.
Every girl in the kingdom wants to marry the prince, including you, Portia.
Yes, ma'am.
And you, Joy.
Uh-huh.
On our shopping tour today, I bought you the most beautiful materials with all the frills and frou-frou my purse could afford. So whether or not you marry the prince, you'll both have to marry somebody this year.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, there's one thing you must remember when you want to marry a man. You can't rely on your beauty alone. Now, Portia, you were named for a great lawyer.
Uh-huh.
I want you to show off your intellect as well as your beauty. Do you understand?
Naturally.
And you, Joy, I want you to live up to your name as well. I want you to be vivacious and alert as well as beautiful.
Uh-huh.
That does not mean, however, that I want you to neglect your appearance. Our family has always been noted for its fascinating women. So, now let's all go upstairs and get our beauty sleep. I'm exhausted from all that shopping.
Well, I'm all tired out too, Ma, from going store to store the way we did, you know.
You're tired.
Yes, I'm tired.
Well, I suppose you're the only one that's tired.
I mean, who do you think bought the most?
That has nothing to do with it!
Everything to do with it, and you know it.
Both
You're
of you!
just awful.
Both
You're
of
so
you!
mean to us. Mom!
Don't raise your voices. Well, you don't just stand there gaping at me. Tidy up those tea things.
Yes, ma'am. I wonder why they're so tired, looking at all those beautiful things and buying so many of them. I was too excited to be tired. Well, I love this room when they've all gone out and there's nobody here but me.
Cinderella!
Yes, ma'am?
Stop jumping around down there like an elephant. We can't sleep for the racket.
Yes, ma'am. I was just going to sit down anyway. I love sitting down right here. I'm as mild and as meek as a mouse. When I hear a command, I obey. But I know of a spot in my house where no one can stand in my way. In my own little corner, in my own little chair, I can be whatever I want to be. On the wing of my fancy, I can fly anywhere, and the world will open its arms to me. I'm a young Norwegian princess or a milkmaid. I'm the greatest prima donna in Milan. I'm an heiress who has always had her silk made by her own flock of silkworms in Japan. I'm a girl men go mad for, love's a game I can play with a cool and confident kind of air. Just as long as I stay in my own little corner, all alone in my own little chair. I can be whatever I want to be. I'm a thief in Calcutta. I'm a queen in Peru. I'm a mermaid dancing upon the sea. I'm a huntress on an African safari. It's a dangerous type of sport, and yet it's fun. In the night I sally forth to seek my quarry, and I find be back in my own little corner, all alone in my own little chair.
The prince is giving a ball! The prince is giving a ball! You got us into this!
We had to do something for the 21st birthday of our son. His Royal Highness, Christopher Rupert.
Macy!
Windermere
Macy!
Vladimir.
I know all his names. I'm his father.
A fine father you are.
What do you mean by that? A fine father you are.
I mean you never worry about him.
Why should I worry about him?
Because he isn't happy.
He isn't happy. He's happy, all right.
If he's happy, why doesn't he get married?
If he's happy, why should he get married?
Look at your robe.
My robe. How could I have gained so much weight in 5 years?
Because that's all you've done for 5 years. Gained weight. You haven't worn a court costume because we haven't given a ball in 5 years. You've done nothing to give your people any fun. Not a fair, not a festival, not a pageant. You've done nothing to make your people love you.
Ah, but they do anyway. Don't they? Oh.
The tailor will have to make you another new suit.
Well, that'll cost money!
Don't you start to worry about what you're going to pay the tailor. Just wait till you see what this ball is going to cost.
Macy, the exchequer is very low and we can't afford...
I have the chef and the steward waiting outside to report their plans for dinner.
A dinner?
Certainly. You can't give a ball without a dinner. Come in, ladies.
Don't have them in here!
Your Majesty, Your Majesty, a list of the bare necessities.
A list of the bare necessities for what?
For 1,700 guests.
That seems a lot. Don't have any king crab.
Very well, Your Majesty.
Hey, did you see that written on the menu? King crab. Seems like a comment on my disposition.
1,000 baby lobsters for the salad.
Wow!
And 500 pheasant for the pie.
Aye, aye!
1,000 pounds of caviar.
1,000?
Hush.
That's more than the sturgeon can supply.
I told the steward to get us 40 acres of lettuce and 600 suckling pigs for roasting.
What about the marshmallows?
Who wants marshmallows?
I do.
Why?
For toasting.
Now, if it please your majesties, I have a list of wine, the best of all the vintages from every nation's vine.
I want the wine of my country.
Hush, hush, hush.
Sherry and port and muscatel, Kimberley and eau de vie, dry champagne and sweet moselle, burgundy and chablis, aquavit and leap from milk, hock and chocolate, malted milk, brandy, drapuli and vodka, bright and crystal clear.
I want the wine of my country. I want the wine of my country. I want the wine of my country. The wine of my country is beer.
Obviously.
That's right, everybody, go away. Yes, yes, you, yes. No, go away. Go away. Enough of that. Now I can finally go back to sleep.
Hello, Father.
Oh, hello, Christopher! Christopher, my boy! Hello, hello! Thought you were going for a ride.
I am, sir. The groom is bringing my horse around at 3 o'clock.
Christopher, how are you feeling?
I'm fine.
You're not unhappy or anything, are you?
Why, no.
Ah, that's all right. That's just fine.
Seems to me, sir, that you look a little tired.
Well, I guess I am a bit tired when I think of that darn ball, the one that you're giving with my money.
Well, the thing about that is, sir, I'm not particularly looking forward to that myself.
Oh.
Dancing with all those candidates.
Candidates?
Every simpering girl in the kingdom, each one determined to show that she'd be the perfect princess for me.
Ah, I know how you feel. Better to chase after one girl than be stampeded by a whole herd of them.
Well, there's one thing that's for sure. Whoever I marry, it will not be anyone I meet at that ball.
Know how you feel. There's one thing we mustn't forget. Your mother's really sudden having this affair. Let me tell you something, Christopher. If you speak with your mother about this, don't let her know how you feel. Tell her that I really like the idea of the ball. Make her feel good about it. Now I'll tell you. oh, hello, my dear. Hello. Christopher and I, we were.
I was just saying how much I'm looking forward to the ball. It's going to be wonderful.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Was wondering if I could help you in any of the preparations or anything.
Well, yes, maybe you can.
And I see that they're bringing my horse around now.
Got the sniffles? Getting a cold? Better take something for it. Don't want to have a red nose at that ball.
I'll be over it by then.
Macy,
Yes?
that boy isn't unhappy.
How do you know?
I asked him. Said he's feeling fine.
Did he? You know something?
What's that?
I love you.
Well, naturally you do. I'm the king.
Has nothing to do with it. Boys and girls like you and me walk beneath the skies. They love just as we love, with the same dream in their eyes. Songs and kings and many things have their day and are gone. But boys and girls like you and me, we go on and on.
They walk on every village street. They walk in lanes where branches meet, and stars send down their blessings from the blue.
They go through storms of doubt and fear, and so they go from year to year, believing in each other as we do.
Bravely marching forward 2 by 2. Boys and girls like you and me walk beneath the skies. They love
Just as we love.
with the same dream in their eyes. Songs and kings and many things have their day and are gone. But boys and girls like you and me, we go on and
proclamation. A holiday is hereby proclaimed. Let every bank be closed. Let every shop be closed. Let every school be closed. Today is the day of the ball.
Cinderella, my gloves.
Cinderella, more curls. Cinderella, more me.
Cinderella's no help at all. A very disorganized girl.
No brains, Ma. You know, if you ain't got it, then you just ain't got it. And Cinderella's she's just ain't got it, you know?
Cinderella, my fan.
Cinderella, my glasses.
Cinderella, my reticule.
My handkerchief. Though the carriage is here, you all look so beautiful.
Yes, don't we?
Cinderella, the flowers. Come along, girls.
Have a good time. In my own little corner, in my own little chair, I can be whatever I want to be. On the wing of my fancy, I can fly anywhere, and the world will open its arms to me. I am in the royal palace of all places. I am chatting with the prince, the king, and queen. And the color on my two stepsisters' faces is a queer sort of sour apple green. I am coy and flirtatious when alone with the prince. Oh, law, your highness, you shouldn't say such things. I'm the belle of the ball in my own little corner, all alone in my own little chair. Oh, I wish.
Foldy roll and fiddle-dee dee, fiddly foddly foddle. All the wishes in all the world are poppycock and twaddle.
Godmother, I'm so glad to see you.
I thought you might be, and I knew just what you'd be doing.
What?
I just knew I would find you in that same little chair, in the pale pink mist of a foolish dream.
And what's wrong with that?
Foldy roll and fiddle-dee dee, fiddly foddly foodle. All the dreamers in all the world are dizzy in the noodle.
What do you suppose every girl is doing tonight? I mean, every girl who's not at the ball, she's wishing and dreaming she were really there.
But why aren't you really there?
My stepmother, well, somebody had to mind the house.
Do you know what I would do if I were you? I believe them. I'd just up and get out of the house. They make you work harder than a servant. If you want to be a servant, then you can go some other place and be paid.
You mean leave my stepmother? I don't think if father were alive he would like that at all. Do you?
Aren't you going to ask me in?
Of course, Godmother, please come round to the door.
Don't bother.
But how did you get in?
The window.
The window.
The window. Aren't you going to offer me some tea?
Of course, I'll just light the fire. But it was out, and the kettle's still hot. Really, that is most curious. Flowers. But I'm supposing you brought them, didn't you?
I thought they'd brighten the room. Your water's boiling.
Please, sit down. I'll have this in a minute.
Thank you.
Godmother, do dreams never, ever come true?
Oh, I wouldn't say never, just seldom.
That's not very often, is it?
Not very often is precisely what seldom means. You're a nice godchild, but you ask very foolish questions.
I wish you believed in wonderful things. I wish every once in a while you believed something marvelous or magical could happen.
Well, I can't say I don't believe that every once in a while something marvelous and magical can't happen.
For instance, do you believe in guardian angels?
Well, I can't say I don't believe in them. Only thing is, it's dangerous to believe too much in good fairies and guardian angels.
Why?
Oh, you get to lean on them too much. You get in the habit of sitting back and expecting them to do all the work for you. You've got to help yourself, you know.
I know, I think about it a lot. But then I just don't know what to do, so I end up wishing and dreaming instead. I don't suppose that does any good at all.
Well, I can't say it doesn't do any good at all. As a matter of fact, everything has to start with a wish. Nothing happens without wishing it.
Do you know what I was wishing tonight, just before you came?
I'm almost afraid to hear.
Do you see that pumpkin out in the yard?
I nearly stumbled over it in the dark.
The moon is shining on it now. Well, I was wishing that that pumpkin would become a great big royal golden carriage I'd take me to the ball tonight.
What were you going to do for horses?
White mice, 4 white mice would turn into horses. Beautiful white prancing steeds.
Were you going to drive them yourself?
Oh, no. There'd be a coachman and a footman and 2 flunkies on the back seat.
Where were they to come from?
They could be the 4 big rats I saw down the cellar yesterday. Now I know what you're going to say. Fold-de-roll and fiddly-dee.
Yes, fold-de-roll and fiddle-dee-dee.
It's impossible, I suppose.
Impossible.
Just the same, it's what I was wishing and I am still wishing it.
Nonsense.
I'm wishing it very hard.
You are?
Yes, I am. If only I had some sort of magical help. If I had a guardian angel, or if my godmother were my fairy godmother.
Good joke. Very funny.
I am wishing, in the name of every girl who ever wanted to go to a dance school that she couldn't, I wish that I may go to that ball tonight, but that's some sort of magic or abracadabra or fold-de-roll and fiddly-dee, that all the kind hearts in the world will put their heads together.
All the kind hearts put their heads together.
Do you know what I mean? That all the kind hearts in the world will wish with me, and that you, godmother, will help me with every ounce of strength and cleverness you possess.
Cinderella?
Yes?
It's impossible.
Impossible. I suppose so.
Impossible for a plain yellow pumpkin to become a golden carriage. Impossible for a plain country bumpkin and a prince to join in marriage. And 4 white mice will never be 4 white horses. Such fold-de-roll and fiddle-dee-dee of courses. Impossible. But the world is full of zanies and fools who don't believe in sensible rules and won't believe what sensible people say. And because these daft and dewy dopes keep building up impossible hopes, impossible things are happening every day. Impossible.
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 Godmother, impossible things are happening every day. Is that true?
Well, yes, I suppose so, in a way.
Then I continue to build up my impossible hope for tonight, and I officially wish all those things I said about the pumpkin, the mice, and the rats.
Impossible.
Just the same, I am wishing it.
Impossible for a plain yellow pumpkin to become a golden carriage. Impossible for a plain country bumpkin and a prince to join in marriage. And 4 white mice will never be 4 white horses.
They will.
Such fold-de-roll and fiddle-dee-dee of courses. Impossible.
But the world is full of zanies and fools who don't believe in sensible rules and won't believe what sensible people say. And because these daft and dewy-eyed dopes keep building up impossible hopes, impossible things are happening every day. Godmother, it's the coach and the horses I asked for. Even the coachman and the footman. But how? You?
Foldy-roll and fiddle-dee-dee. It's magic.
But I don't understand.
And you don't have to. Come on, if you don't hurry, the ball will be over before you get there.
Oh, thank you, Godmother. It's so wonderful. It's all so wonderful. Thank you. It's possible for a plain yellow pumpkin to become a golden carriage. It's possible for a plain country bumpkin and a prince to join in marriage.
And 4 white mice are easily turned to horses.
Such foldy-roll and fiddly-dee, of course, is quite possible. It's possible, for the world is full of zanies and fools
Who don't believe in sensible rules.
and won't believe what sensible people say. And because these daft and dewy adults keep building up impossible hopes, impossible things are happening every day. It's possible.
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 Now you must go in and do exactly as I have told you.
Aren't you coming in with me?
Heavens, no. I've been to so many of these things I couldn't stand another. Furthermore, all I can do is to give you your wish. How it turns out from here is up to you.
But I'm afraid to go in there all by myself.
You needn't be, except for one thing. Do not stay beyond 12 o'clock. See that you are in the coach and off to home before the clock strikes 12.
Why is it so important that I leave before 12?
You just obey and don't ask any
Oh,
questions.
Godmother. Thank you, thank you. Hey, good boy. Where did she go? Where did you go? She just vanished out of thin air. Have you ever seen anything like that before?
Many times.
It's the first time I've seen it.
You'll see worse things than that happen if you're not out of here by midnight.
I'm ready.
since we danced together, Beulah.
Not long enough.
Exhilarating, isn't it? doing it for our son.
Poor boy looks like he's having an even worse time than I am. How much longer do you think we'll have to stay?
Until the very end.
Mama! Mama! Oh, Mama! Where's the prince? I've lost track of him.
He's dancing with joy.
He is! Oh, that's wonderful. Oh, that joy. Mama, I want a chance at him.
And you shall have it. Now remember what I told you. Beauty's not enough. You must show him you have brains as well. Like your namesake, Portia, in The Merchant of Venice.
Hi. Do you want to know what I want to be? A lawyer. And someday I'll stand up in some courtroom in front of some old judge. And I'll say about how, like, the quality of mercy, you know, it's never strained. And I'll say how it trickles down like the dew from the heavens.
Now the party's beginning to look better.
I wonder who she is. He's a whole nother boy. His face is lit up. He has a new spring in his step.
You know, watching that boy dance with that beautiful creature, it takes me back
To when?
to when I first danced with you, my darling.
I wonder who she is.
I wonder who she is.
Who is she?
I've never seen that girl before.
Well, whoever she is, it's clear to me that he likes her the best.
And it's funny, cause she doesn't look very intellectual.
I've never met you before, have I?
No, I don't get out much.
I don't even know your name. Mine is Christopher.
Yes, I know. Christopher, Rupert, Windermere, Vladimir,
You
Carl.
don't have to call me all those names. I'd like it if you just called me Christopher.
You would?
Have you a strange feeling that something's just happened and you don't know what it is?
That is exactly how I feel.
And you have no idea what it may be.
No idea. I wonder how we could find out what it is.
Well, let us look back over our history together.
It isn't very long, is it?
10 minutes ago, I saw you. I looked up when you came through the door. My head started reeling, you gave me the feeling the room had no ceiling or floor. 10 minutes ago, I met you, and we murmured our how do you do's. I wanted to ring out the bells and fling out my arms and to sing out the news. I have found her, she's an angel with the dust of the stars in her eyes. We are dancing, we are flying, and she's taking me back to the skies. In the arms of my love, I'm flying over mountain and meadow and glen. And I like it so well that for all I can tell, I may never come down again. I may never come down to earth again. I've told you how I felt. You still haven't described your feelings yet.
Well, they're very much the same as yours. 10 minutes ago I met you, and we murmured our how do you do's. I wanted to ring out the bells and fling out my arms and to sing out the news. I have found him, I have found him. In the arms of my love I'm flying over mountain and meadow and glen. And I like it so well that for all I can tell, I may never come down again. come down to earth again.
May I show you to the Royal Gardens?
I would like that very much.
Why would a fellow want a girl like her, a frail and fluffy beauty? Why can't a fellow ever once prefer a solid girl like me?
She's a frothy little bauble with a flimsy sort of charm, and with very little trouble, I could break her little arm.
Oh, why would a fellow want a girl like her, so obviously unusual? Why can't a fellow ever once prefer a usual girl like me?
Her cheeks are a pretty shade of pink, but not any pinker than a rose's.
Her skin may be delicate and soft, but not any softer than a dose's.
Her neck is no wider than a swan's.
She's only as dainty as a daisy.
She's only as graceful as a bird. So why is the fellow going crazy?
Oh, why would a fellow want a girl like her, a girl who's merely lovely? Why can't a fellow ever once prefer a girl who's merely me? What's the matter with the man? What's the matter with the man? What's the matter with the man?
Come on, we gotta go tell Mom about this.
The ballroom was too crowded.
Yes, it's nicer out here.
Yes, it is, with the moon beaming down on us. What's the matter?
No, I must go.
Why?
Because I promised my godmother.
Your godmother will be all right if you're a little late.
You don't understand. I have a strange kind of godmother.
And you're a strange type of girl. You still haven't even told me your name.
Oh, it's a silly name. You wouldn't like it.
Of course I would. Whatever your name is, I love you. I'll always love you. I just told you that I love you and you don't say anything back.
I'm afraid to. I'm afraid I might wake up.
Are you sure that you're asleep?
Yes.
Are you dreaming that I'm about to kiss you? Isn't it strange how things happen? A girl I never saw before comes down a flight of stairs and my life has changed. I'm in a different world and I'm deeply in love and yet I don't know why I'm in love. Do you?
But do I what?
Do you know why I'm in love? What did you think I meant?
I thought you meant, do you know why I am in love?
I mean, are you? Do you know why?
No, but I don't care why.
I always want to know why I do anything, why I feel anything. And so I ask myself, why you, a stranger, are suddenly the only type of girl I could ever love? Why? Why is the sound of your voice the sweetest sound in the world? And why is the color of your hair the only color a girl's hair should be? And why is holding you in my arms the only thing I want to do in the whole world? Why?
Because, Your Highness.
Christopher.
Christopher. Because that's the way you feel.
But why do I feel that way? What makes you so miraculous?
Your imagination.
Then what makes my imagination so miraculous? Do I love you because you're beautiful? Or are you beautiful because I love you? Am I making believe I see in you a girl too lovely to be really true? Do I want you because you're wonderful? Or are you wonderful because I want you? Are you the sweet invention of a lover's dream? Or are you really as beautiful as you seem?
Maybe you do just imagine me. Maybe I am imagining you. Am I making believe I see in you a man too perfect to be really true? Do I want you because you're wonderful? Or are you wonderful because I want you?
Are you the sweet invention of a lover's dream? Or are you really as wonderful as you seem? I still don't know your name.
The clock.
What a night. What a magnificent affair.
Were there many people there?
Oh, I should say about 5,000. What would you say, girls?
I would say 10,000.
Or 12.
There must be a very large ballroom at the palace.
About half a mile long.
And what beautiful music for dancing.
Did you dance too?
I should say I did. I met an old beau of mine, and he practically monopolized me.
Was he a good dancer?
Light as a feather.
Did any of you get to dance with the prince?
Did any of us get to dance with the prince?
Did you hear what she said? Did we get to dance? I must have danced for like an hour with him.
You danced for an hour with him?
Why? Didn't you?
Well, of course I did if you did.
Did you know everyone there?
Nearly everyone. All except some princess who came in very late and left very early. I have no idea who she was.
Did she dance with the prince?
I think I saw him dancing with her, but once.
That's right, just once.
Do you think he liked her?
She was only there for a few minutes.
Did you go to sleep right after we left?
No, I stayed up a little bit after midnight.
What were you doing all that time?
Dreaming.
Dreaming. Dreaming what?
Dreaming what it must have been like at the ball.
Well, you couldn't possibly imagine what it was like unless you were there.
Well, I was trying to.
Well, you just couldn't.
Maybe I have more imagination than you think. I've been trying to feel the way that you must be feeling, the way all girls must be feeling. Looking forward to the night of the ball, and finally the night arrives, and you put on the most beautiful dress you've ever worn in your life, and off you go. I think I can almost imagine what it's like. I imagine. When you're driving through the moonlight on the highway, when you're driving through the moonlight to the dance, you are breathless with the wild anticipation of adventure and excitement and romance. Then at last you see the towers of the palace, silhouetted on the sky above the park, and below them is a row of lighted windows, like a lovely diamond necklace in the dark.
It looks that way.
The way you say.
She talks as if she knows.
I do not know these things are so. I only just suppose. I suppose that when you come into the ballroom and the room itself is floating in the air, if you're suddenly confronted by His Highness, you are frozen like a statue on the stair. You're afraid they'll hear the way your heart is beating, and you know you mustn't make the first advance. You are seriously thinking of retreating. Then you seem to hear him asking you to dance. You make a bow, a timid bow, and shyly answer yes.
How would you know that this is so?
I do no more than guess.
You can guess till you're blue in the face, but you can't even picture such a man. He is more than a prince, he's an ace.
But sisters, I really think I can.
Can what?
I think that I could picture such a man.
He is tall
And straight as a lance,
and his hair
is dark and wavy,
his eyes
can melt you with a glance.
He can turn a girl to gravy.
And when he waltzes you so that your feet never touch the floor.
That's right, they don't.
And he makes you feel as if you weigh nothing at all.
That's right, he does.
He leads you around the crowded ballroom and out on the terrace.
He does?
Did he lead you out onto the terrace?
I guess he did. I guess I was just so filled with joy I didn't know what was happening to me.
Out on the terrace, you stop dancing.
Yes?
You walk.
Yes?
You stop walking. You talk. Then,
Then you stop talking.
that's right,
Then?
you start thinking.
Oh.
You start thinking what?
Thinking how wonderful it all is.
How wonderful what all is.
Everything. A lovely night. A lovely night. A finer night you know you'll never see. You charming prince, as charming as a prince will ever be. The stars in a hazy heaven tremble above you while he's whispering, darling, I love you. You say goodbye, away you fly, but on your lips you keep a kiss. All your life you'll dream of this lovely, lovely night. A lovely night.
A finer night you know you'll never see.
You meet your prince, a charming prince,
As charming as a prince will ever be. While he is whispering,
darling, I love you. You say goodbye, away you fly,
but on your lips you keep a kiss.
all your life you'll dream of this
Lovely, lovely night. How lovely, how lovely, how lovely.
your prince, a charming prince, as charming as a prince will ever be. The stars in a hazy heaven
Tremble above you.
while he's whispering, darling, I love you. You say goodbye, away you fly,
But on your lips you keep a kiss.
all your life you'll dream of this lovely, lovely night. Worst nonsense I've ever heard. Rubbish and drivel. And you two, listening to her, aping her very words.
But, Mother,
Enough! Go to your room.
Cinderella's fault.
imagine her trying to imagine what it's like at the ball.
It was anything like that.
Nothing like it at all.
You know what they always say.
And idle mind is the devil's workshop.
That's what they always say.
Ugh. And you clean this place up. It looks like a pig pen.
Yes, ma'am. The stars in a hazy heaven, trembling above me, danced while he promised always to love me. The day came through, away I flew, but on my lips he left a kiss. All my life I'll dream of this lovely, lovely night.
I know it belongs to her.
What are you going to do?
Sir, may I have your royal guards to send through the kingdom in search of her?
Of course you may.
And your secret services, may I have them as well?
Of course. They never find out anything, but you can try.
I will try everything. I will search everywhere. I will search everywhere for the owner of that slipper.
That's what I would do. Well, I would.
See that slipper has trod on every young girl in the kingdom, every last one, no matter how unlikely she looks. You are to keep trying until you find the one that fits. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Now go find that girl.
I'll just go speak to the chief of my secret service.
Chris, suppose you don't find her.
I must find her.
But before last night, you knew nothing about her. You know nothing about her other than she danced prettily and looked pretty.
I know that she's the loveliest thing on earth, and I'll never be happy without her.
But why do you think that?
I don't know why. And I don't expect you to understand that either.
But I do understand, Chris. I know it doesn't take long to feel the way you do about this girl. But there's one thing I want you to understand. You may never see her again. And I don't want you to waste your life on a dream. I want you to be in love with a real girl.
She is real.
She was real last night. And if she doesn't come back, she may never be real again. Be honest with yourself. Does your future happiness really rely upon finding her? Or are you just telling yourself that? And don't be angry with me. Just think about what I'm saying. Ask yourself if this is not just an illusion, an infatuation with something that doesn't exist at all.
You're somewhere out there, and I don't know where. You said last night that you thought we were dreaming. Maybe you're right. Maybe my mother's right. How can I know? How can one ever know? Do I love you because you're beautiful?
Or is she beautiful because you love her?
Am I making believe I see in you a girl too lovely to be really true? Do I want you because you're wonderful?
Or is she wonderful because you want her?
Are you the sweet invention of a lover's dream? Or are you really as beautiful as you seem?
Oh, it almost fits. Does that count?
Mother, honestly, it's my shoe. I'd know that shoe anywhere. You see? You see? It fits perfectly. It fits perfectly.
Let me try. What have you done to it? You shrunk it. Is there anyone else in the house?
No, there's no one else here.
What about Cinderella?
Nonsense.
Who's Cinderella?
Why, she's just some sort of chimney sweep and general helper we have around here. There would be no use trying the shoe on her.
I am under instructions to try the slipper on everyone.
Try upstairs.
You! How dare you come poking your nose into my business!
I thought this was the prince's business. He's the one trying to find the missing girl, isn't he?
But Cinderella?
Well, she's a girl.
There's nobody up there.
No one there. I told you.
No. Isn't that just like Cinderella, though? She hasn't even swept out the fireplace.
Oh, the floors.
And listen, somebody needs to soak my bunions because they are getting really crusty.
Cinderella not there. Where in the world could she be? Of course, I know.
And you tried the slipper on every young maiden.
Every young maiden that could be found. I'm sorry, Your Highness.
Mother was right. I'll never find her. Either she's fled the kingdom, or she doesn't exist. It was all a foolish dream. Thank you. You may go. Who are you?
Oh, I'm so sorry, Your Highness. I didn't think anybody was. I apologize. I thought I was alone.
Wait. You look familiar. Somehow. At least I think you do, under all that grime. Do you work in the palace?
No, Your Highness.
I've seen you somewhere, or someone who resembles you. Do you by chance have any siblings?
2, Your Highness.
Did they go to the ball?
Yes, Your Highness.
And do they look like you?
Well, they're stepsisters, Your Highness.
Stepsisters.
Is there something wrong, Your Highness?
Just the end of a dream that didn't come true about a glass slipper that didn't fit anyone.
But you mustn't give up hope.
It was just a waste of time. It was never going to happen.
But, Your Highness, impossible things are happening every day.
And even foolish dreams come true?
Yes, Your Highness. If you believe in what you're wishing and wish hard enough, even foolish dreams come true.
Why am I, what? Who are you?
Oh, no, I'm just a girl from the village. I better get going. My stepmother will be wondering where I am.
Your stepmother wouldn't mind if you're a little late. Wouldn't mind if you're a little late.
Really, Your Highness, I must go.
I suppose you must. Goodbye.
Goodbye, Your Highness.
Wait. What's your name?
No, it's a silly name. You wouldn't like it.
Silly name. Wouldn't like it. Has anyone tried the slipper on you yet?
No, Your Highness.
I found you and I still don't know your name.
My name is Cinderella.
The most beautiful name in the world.